Hi guys, and welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I want to talk about Dells and I want to share my honest feedback and explain what is, in my opinion, one of the main issues with this new system and offer solutions on how to solve this issue and how to simply improve Dells. So first of all, I really want to insist on the fact that I really like Dells and I actually really enjoy being able to do this as a solo player. I think this is super cool and I'm always super excited when I start a new delve, and especially when you are starting to do the ones that are a little bit difficult. I think it's a really good challenge. And as you're on your own, you don't have to, let's say, follow anyone else's orders or to have and feel bad sometimes because you missed a mechanic and your entire group died or anything like that. You're on your own, you're having fun. When you succeed, it's really rewarding and really cool. And sadly, from time to time, you will fail, but also this is part of this really cool challenge that delves are. So this is really not a video against delves. I'm really happy with it, and I do hope that Blizzard will keep updating them, and especially that they will maintain delves even beyond the war within. But I think we can all agree that one of the main components that make delves so good and so successful is the fact that you can get some really good gear by doing all these different contents solo. And so this is something again that I think is really cool, because before that a lot of players were complaining about having to do Mythic Plus, raiding, and other type of activities in order to try and get geared up. But now you can use delves and get a really good set of gear even without having to do any of these other activities. So for a lot of players, arriving at the end of the delve and finally being able to open your different chests, especially if you're doing a bountiful delve and you have a coffer key and you can open the special chest, or if you also receive a map and you can open another specific trove, then you are really excited. Now, this is where I have my little issue with delves, and it's the fact that in many cases, you will actually get a lot of duplicate items. And while again, duplicates are not a new thing and have always been in a game, for instance, sometimes you can kill a raid boss and get 5 times the same item. Same when you're doing Mythic Plus and things like that, you will get the same item again and again. But I do think that with delves, it happens very often, at least from my experience. I really get a lot of the same items again and again. And when you're doing these different solo challenges a little bit and you are looking forward to the loot, and in the end, most of them are kind of useless because it's always the same thing that continues to drop for you, then I think that's where probably some players might start to feeling a little bit bored with them and also annoyed with delves. And this is not something that we want, because again, this is a great piece of content and a great system. And it's really important that Blizzard makes sure that this system remains relevant and especially player friendly. And here I'm really talking about, for instance, examples where in the same delves you will receive the same trinket 3 or 4 times. And this is something that honestly is very useless, especially when, for instance, you're using your coffer keys and also you were lucky enough to get a map like myself, and all the things you get are basically the same trinket in different versions. So what I would suggest Blizzard do is pretty simple. You have two main options. One is you have a vendor at the end of the delve where basically you can trade your different loots for some currencies that you can then use in order to buy other items from the delve. So let's say, for instance, right here, as you can see, I got one that was a champion level, then I got another one that was a hero level. So maybe by sending them back to the vendor, the hero level will give me 3 of the new currency, while the champion level will be 2, and then the other ones will be 1. And then with 10, you can buy maybe a hero piece of gear or something like that. So basically, you cannot trade the item directly for another piece of gear, because then that would be too easy. But at least you can just use that in order to then build up your currency and buy another reward that will be most useful later on. So in my opinion, I think really that would be the best case scenario. And again, it will make sure that players who already have quite a lot of gear from the delves and we don't want to risk to only run these different dells in order to only get duplicates. We'll be able to still do it, knowing that if, for instance, they really want to target one specific item, they will be able to sell all these other items they got, and at some point they will be able to have enough currency to buy the one item that they really need. So I think like that, it will keep them motivated and engaged with dells. Another option would be to simply be able to directly change this item for another one, either an item that is in the same category of armor. So for instance, if it's a trinket, it will be from all the different trinkets. If it's an armor piece, it will be from all the different armor pieces. If it's a weapon, it will be from all the different weapons. And each time you would just like reduce the quality of your item. So for instance, here I would exchange this hero trinket for a champion one, but at least I can choose which trinket I want in exchange. So I think this would be quite fair, because then you kind of say no to a better high level and also upgrade system to have something that is just more useful for you. So this is another thing that I think could work. But again, of course, you don't want to make these super, super OP and then everyone is geared up with the best items, best in slots and everything really, really fast. So I just think this is something that Blizzard should consider. I personally would prefer, I think, the like kind of new currency system where you just trade your different items for some of this currency, and at some point you can build enough in order to buy some of the rewards that you really need. Like that, even if sometimes you're unlucky like myself and you get a lot of the same item in the same dells, then you can at least know that you will be able to exchange them and at some point get something better. And I think it will keep, again, players happy and engaged with this new system. So again, this video is really not against dells. I really want to make that clear. I do really love this new system, but I do think that there are still ways that the dells can become even better, and this is definitely one of them. Especially when I shared that with my community on YouTube, a lot of people said they faced the same issue and it was very frustrating. So that's why I decided to make a video, because I realized it's not just me that got extremely unlucky. It's something that is happening quite a lot. And so for that reason, I do really think that Blizzard can upgrade this system. Let me know in the comments what you think, and in general, if you think there are other ways to maybe improve dells, or if you're really happy with how they are and you don't think we should change anything. I will be back very soon with more guides and more videos, and in the meantime, I wish you all a great day. Bye!